it's Jill here from Lavender and Friends, your source of essential oil, education and inspiration. I wanted to share a video with you guys because currently my normally happy, super chilled out, wonderful baby has turned into a shark baby. A shark baby is a baby who is currently getting lots of sharky teeth and is not in a very good mood and is cranky and tired and wants to feed all the time and wakes up lots. So I'm a little tired myself. Anyways, I want to do a video to share with you what oils I use for a teething baby and what oils I use for myself to get me through this. Now, if you would like to learn more about using oils for mums and kids, I am doing a workshop tomorrow morning in Kincumber at 9:30 a.m. It's free, it's an intro class. Come, bring your friends, learn more about how we can use these beautiful oils to support yourself and your family. But in the meantime, here are my top oils for teething monster babies. So what I like to use is a roller bowls. Super easy. You can pop the lid off, you can have it pre-mixed up, ready to go. Then when shark baby strikes, your baby's teething and miserable, anytime, day or night, you can pop the lid off and just rub it along their jawline like that. So my current roller is empty, so I'm going to show you how I refill it. So I have an oil key. This is an oil key. They're super awesome. And what I do is, I'm going to use the bigger side. You sort of slot that and you use it to kind of pop the lid off. Like this. Just wedge it in. There we go. And then you can just use it to lever the lid off like that. Now, for my baby, I've gotten really good results from lavender, frankincense and white fir. That's the combination I tend to use. Someone suggested trying some copaiba. Those of you who watched my video yesterday will know I got these yesterday, so I'm going to add a couple drops of that as well. Figure can't hurt. It's going to hopefully help a bit more. So what I do is equal parts of lavender, white fir, frankincense and copaiba in a 10 ml roller, and then I top it with the fractionated coconut oil. So I'm going to do, I think I'll do 10 drops of each. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Alright, so that's the lavender. Then I'm going to do my white fir. Now, white fir has been discontinued in Australia, but we do have Siberian fir instead. Siberian fir actually has a more prominent chemistry and is a bit of a more powerful oil, which is why they chose to replace it. So if you don't have any white fir, you could use Siberian fir quite easily. I still have a bit of white fir left, so may as well use it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. All right. Next up is frankincense. Now, I love frankincense. It's one that we use almost every single day in our house. It helps with reducing inflammation, keeping us nice and calm, keeping us super chilled out. And when in doubt, use frankincense, but it works really well in this blend. I also bought online these little droppers because I found it really hard to get just one drop out for when I take it under my tongue for calming and anxiety. So we bought little dropper tops. So that's why it looks a little bit different. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and last one is my new oil, which is the copaiba. So we'll do 10 drops of that. 10. Okay. Now, this is for a baby. So when I looked up the Modern Essentials book and I looked at each of these oils, each of them was listed as green, which means they are safe for minimal dilution. Now, because this is going on a baby, babies have more sensitive skin. So me personally, I do a minimum of 3 drops of fractionated coconut oil for every 1 drop of essential oil. There are those who say that you need much higher dilution ratios. Go with whatever you feel comfortable with. Because I've been using these oils for some time on my baby, I know how he responds to them, I know what works for him. So for me, I'm comfortable with the strength level I'm using. If you are unsure about this, remember less is more when it comes to oils, so it's always better to start with less. So I filled that up with my essential oils. I'm going to pop in my oil key, and I'm now going to fill up the oil key. Gosh, I am tired. Pop in my funnel into here and fill this up with the fractionated coconut oil. So my essential oil goes to about here, and I want to have, for every drop of essential oil I've done, I'm going to have the same amount, 3 times as much fractionated coconut oil, so roughly 1, 2, 3. So I'm basically going to fill this whole thing up with the fractionated coconut oil, which is the beautiful doTERRA one. So I'm just going to fill that right up. There we go. Now the funnel makes an airlock, so you have to kind of lift it up every so often. That's all right. Perfect. All right. Now, once I've got that done, I'm just going to pop my lid in. I find with these ones, the easiest way is to kind of rotate it around while pushing down. Kind of like that. Bang. So as I said, with this roller, what I do is pretty much every 1 or 2 hours, or if he wakes up upset, I'm just going to rub it along his jawline a few times like this. Now, I'll share a little story with you guys, actually. When he was getting his back molars in, which was last month, we had one night where he woke up and it would have been about midnight and he was screaming bloody murder. Like, he was obviously in pain, obviously miserable. Nothing would calm him. I was trying to feed him, and he does this thing where he likes to like fling himself back, like he just arches and you can barely even hold him. He wouldn't feed, he was screaming. And I am blind as a bat without my glasses, and it was midnight, so I was also half asleep, couldn't have my glasses. So I kind of stumbled over the oil box, and I couldn't find the roller because I couldn't see. So I just ended up just literally grabbing some fractionated coconut oil, like squirting some in my hand, grabbing the lavender, putting some lavender in, and just kind of trying to hold him, and you know, as you do. And so I just tried to quickly rub some lavender on him. As soon as I put the lavender on him, he'd been full arching and he just kind of froze and he stopped thrashing, but he was still really tight. So then I grabbed the frankincense, dropped it in my hand with the coconut oil, rubbed it on, and just kind of went bleh, bleh, you know, like that on him. And as soon as that frankincense hit him, he just kind of went, ugh, and he just relaxed in my arms. And I looked at him and he stopped screaming and he calmed right down. And I walked back to the feeding chair, sat down, started to feed him, and within about 2 seconds, he'd fallen asleep. And at first I was like, too scared to move him, because if I move him, he's going to wake and he's going to scream. And after about 2 minutes, I was like, all right, well, I'll try and put him in the crib. So I kind of crept over and lay him down, and he was out cold, and it was amazing. So that's why I love lavender and frankincense. I wish I could have filmed to show just how almost amazingly the oils just affected him. Like, he just went from having a full tantrum to just calming down and being able to sleep and rest. So for him, I love this combination. Find it super, super well. Super helpful. Now, for me, first of all, Lifelong Vitality. I have been taking that, and that's been really helping with feeling tired. When you have a teething baby, they like to wake up a lot more at night than usual, so that's been quite draining on me. So I've been finding that Lifelong Vitality has really been helping. I've also been loving any citrus oil. Let's be honest, any citrus oil is really uplifting and joyful. At the moment in here, I think I have Litsea, grapefruit, tangerine, and wild orange. So all citruses to keep you nice and awake. And the other one that I'll give a little mention of, which I've been using quite a lot of, is lemongrass and lavender. Now, I love this combination because the lavender keeps me nice and calm, keeps me sort of, you know, not freaking out. And then the lemongrass is kind of joyful and uplifting. And it's just a really nice combination. I just love the smell of it. So again, that's one I've been diffusing a lot of. Now, if you'd like to learn more about doTERRA essential oils, or if you'd like to get some, you can certainly visit my website, which is www.lavenderandfriends.com, or send me a message. Or if someone else has introduced you to essential oils, go back to them and have a chat with them, and they can help you out. If you'd like to share with me maybe what you've been doing when your baby's been teething, I'd love for you to make a comment. Or you can also jump into my Facebook group, which is the Lavender and Friends Oil Squad, and feel free to share with us in there how you've been using your oils, and we've got some giveaways going as well. That's all for now. I'm probably a little bit sleep deprived at the moment, so I'm going to keep this one super short, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.